We are starting to collect damage multiplier at full health. So I need to find some more of those, because I think I'm not maxed out. If I recall, the max is 50%. We're only at the 30%. And I have plenty of spots to do it, like, as I said the other day, critical damage is really hard to do when you're really in the thick of things with a character as fast as mine. So can easily ditch this head. Keep the body. Gotta keep that. This is what keeps us at full health so that we can benefit from the maximum damage at full health. And I'm gonna have to start rearranging my speed items. So I love the speed. Speed's really important. But I'm getting a whole bunch of speed there, and if I recall, yes, I'm getting speed on the shield as well. So I'm gonna have to remajigger my weapons at some point here. But right now, clearly the head is the place to go to start swapping in stats. But we gotta go find some stuff, so I think we might just play. But we gotta clear out some inventory space. So I'm gonna quickly peruse through here, get rid of Chance Sword, not really worried about that. We talked about this the other day, kind of interesting trait, but not worth keeping. This is an interesting shield, especially the hack resistance would be useful. This is just a funny shield. It's a gigantic shield. I'm gonna keep that just because it's fun. You know what? I can just use the default head or use one of these other ones. Like, let's just use this one. Kind of ugly dude. It's a little goo monster from our other game, Super Cat Herding. So I look goofy. But in terms of the actual stats, it adds 1 extra point of damage for every kill I get in a life. So this only adds 4, but hey, it's 4 damage. And then that's a little annoying as a meleeer. So what this means is if someone blocks me, I'm gonna get stunned for longer. Which is not great as a meleeer, but we will deal with that. Anyway, the reason why I did that is so I could sell this. Oops, I accidentally clicked on it. I didn't sell it. There we go. Let's go look at the inventory some more. Anything else? I like the hack resistance, but I don't know if I need this right now. Especially since I'm using other stuff. Well, what I could do is, let's show off the Voxelsmith. So the other day we looked at the Voxelsmith ever so briefly just to say that it existed. It allows you to make your own items. But now we get to actually talk about how to make your own items. So what the Voxelsmith allows you to do is make items, but also rip apart items. So for example, I was just saying, I like this 20% hack resistance. Well, what I can do is I can extract it from this sword here. Now, it's going to destroy the sword. But in exchange, I get this as its own standing item, which then I can then eventually apply onto another item of my choosing. So we're going to extract that. Now, the tough thing is Voxelsmith eats a lot of voxels. Voxels are the currency. Luckily, I have a lot right now, but once you get into heavy crafting, you have to earn a lot of voxels. So we have extracted that. Now, unfortunately, we got rid of an item, but then we added a new item, so that didn't actually add more space. Let's just clear up one more item if we can find one. Man, I don't get a lot of stuff here. Clearly, I was going after... So we actually may craft a sword with a bunch of damage multiplier at full health. I want to keep some white items around because you can only craft off of white items. You can't like modify an item that already has modifiers on it. If this is the first video you're seeing, you wonder why it says all this dev only stuff, it's because I have a dev account, and so I get to see some extra values. These are just showing that these items are indeed balanced, and Forging Glory items get positive modifiers, but in exchange they have to have negative modifiers that counterbalance it. So that's all this is showing, essentially the internal math of making sure things are balanced. In the normal game you have less stats, so it doesn't look so cluttered. Alright, I can't see an obvious one to sell, so we're just going to go play. Alright. So we actually only have 2 more nodes left in this campaign. So I'm going to go double check make sure there are no people wanting to play, because I did message the I did message the SoupTech Discord, said if anyone want to play I would join them, but no one has said anything yet, so we're just gonna play on our own. Alright, so this is some team deathmatch. I guess this is a good time to do the spiel. The game is called Fortune Glory. It is a looter brawler, so imagine mixing a little bit of Borderlands style loot stuff with Mordau or Chivalry sword fighting. So this is my favorite guy, my sword and board guy, and to the right is my sniper guy, and this is a spear guy. My spear guy is very underdeveloped. But we're going to focus on this, since this is what we're focusing on building. I might do a little bit of crossbow stuff just for variety's sake. I don't know if it's required for me to explain things again. The other day I explained a whole lot. Since I'm only planning to play 30 minutes, I don't think I'm going to explain every single thing I did last time. You just don't want to die. If you've played Mordau or Mountain Blade, swinging lurks a little differently from that. You'll see this white arrow thing. That's showing my swing direction. So it's based off of where your crosshair is compared to the enemy. There you go, dude. So it's not like Warband or Mordau where it's based off like flicking your mouse or movement. So it's quite nice because it's just, you only need to worry about where you're aiming. I prefer it, definitely. I don't want to start strafing to aim my shots, for example. I'm sure some people will not like that, but we will add that as an option if people so desire that. Doing pretty well right now. We're ahead. Don't worry, the end of the match always gets tougher. As for blocking, ooh, he just pushed me. As for blocking, blocking works by simply placing your weapon in front of them. There is a little bit of auto aim. You'll occasionally see an enemy weapon highlight. That means your avatar is going to try to connect your sword to theirs if they're attacking. But beyond that, it's really just placing your weapon or shield in the way. So like if I'm approaching enemy archers, I'm going to raise my shield. Now they may aim for my feet, and so you'll have to figure out, like right there, see, it blocked it. Because I presume he's going to shoot at me, so I just raised the shield. Bots typically don't aim for feet, so I can pretty safely presume move the shield up to block a potential headshot. He went flying off the edge. You'll notice I'm always swinging from left to right. You also will notice I'm always turning from left to right. That is for two different reasons. So a downside of the shield is you can't really swing from right to left because the shield is in the way. Unfortunately, that does make your swings more predictable. Hello. So if you're playing against the shieldman, know that most of the swings are going to be coming from left to right. As for why I'm turning with it, again, it's not like at Mardau where you do the mouse flick thing. It's because Fortune Glory is all physics based, meaning that actually rotating my hips, just like in real life, will give me a little bit more power and max out my damage. Now, there are min and max damages on weapons statistically, but rotating with it just means I'm guaranteeing or greatly increasing the likelihood I'm going to get that full max damage. Where you going, dude? Trying to run away. Oh, hello. But you can see that a lot of these are saying resisted. It's because they have hack resistance. Well, it's getting crowded around here. This is why I like having a shield, because especially in like team deathmatch, the enemy team the teams that's losing gets extra reinforcements. These fodder reinforcements, you can see in their name says fodder. The teams that's looting get extra reinforcements to help them win, but they're super weak. You'll see that I'm mostly one-shotting them. Oh, I almost walked off the edge there like a dope. Oh, I finally died. The particle effects around my arms are the maximum damage of full health, or increased damage of full health. Oh, look, we got a boss. You know what my favorite thing to do with bosses is push them off. Come on. There we go. So, just like a lot of melee games, Chivalry, Mountain Blade, and such, there is an equivalent of kicking, which is really good against shield users. Also, as you can tell, Fortune Glory features lots of deep dark pits to throw enemies into, so it's quite fun to push them in there. But similar to Chivalry Warband, our version of kicking pushing is very effective against shields. It's also good for just changing up your attack. Like, if you can't get around the enemy's defenses, it's good to give them a push to screw them up. Today we were streaming on Twitch. Yesterday we streamed on YouTube, actually. Just curious if we'll get more or less viewers. Granted, this is a brand new game with a brand new stream, so probably not. But can't say we didn't try. Worst case scenario, we'll put it all up on YouTube so someone can enjoy it in the future. Ooh, perfect opportunity to push them off. Goodbye. Doing really no problems at all. Actually, they are catching up slowly, but we were several thousand points ahead of them. I'm doing pretty well. I think I only have 2 deaths. 2 deaths. Oof. Arrows. Right one in my face. Right in the eye. Oh, God. I was about to say, let's reassess the situation, and did not make it. Well, that's not going to maintain my high kill-death ratio. What you doing, dude? See, this is why physics is hard. He got his arm stuck over the fence and he can't get out. So, see, I just pushed him there, I mean. Because I didn't want to fight 2 guys at once. Man. tricky jerk. There we go. So shield guides, you typically want to aim for the head or for the feet. It's usually your best bet. You're off the edge there. Oof. What happened to me? Oh, I got shot. There's a whole bunch of ranged guys there. In the top right, that orange bar is showing my personal score, which is called Glory. Glory is not just how much damage you do, it is a combination of essentially how cool was it when you killed them and your damage. So getting headshots, long range sniper shots, flanking them like I'm doing right now, overkilling them, pushing them off edges, all those various factors give you bonus glory. Getting a bunch of chain kills like I just did, living a long time and getting a bunch of kills, those are all various factors that will increase your score for individual hits. That was a little bit closer than I expected. 600-ish away. After yesterday's developer stream, we actually fixed a few things. We've about halved the amount of glory given across the board, because typically glory is supposed to be around 4,000-ish if you're doing decently. And yesterday we were consistently getting like 8,000 or more. This is not running the latest. This is not the dev build. This is the production build. This is what's on Steam right now. So this will hopefully be fixed. Though I won't complain getting a bunch of extra glory, and thus I get more rewards. So I earned 3 items, which unfortunately 2 of them are vanilla items, just white items. So we're just gonna probably sell them. Though you can modify the white items, so maybe I'll keep those around in case I want to modify them. We did get a spear here with 20 hit points and negative 100% stun on enemy block resistance. Meaning if someone blocked the spear, it's going to disable it for a long, long time. Since we're not focusing on spear build, I'm just going to sell it. Alright, let's see here. Earn a pile of voxels. Actually makes up for the little bit of voxel smithing we did before the match. This tab just shows what the territory was, the arena was before and after. It obviously went from blue team, that was the enemy team, to red team, which is our team. The details tab shows you all sorts of extra juicy details about the match. On the left side here, it gives you kind of a textual history of you playing the match, which is kind of neat. Sometimes it's fun to look at the highest glory ones, see how someone earned a lot of glory. Now I think in this case, even though there's not many adjectives, typically more adjectives means more multiplier, which means more glory. I'm guessing that we're getting a lot of glory without much, not many adjectives because of the kill streak. I had, especially that first life, I lived a long, long time, so the multiplier is slowly creeping bigger, bigger, bigger. There's many, as I said earlier, there's many things that go into the multiplier. Whereas the base glory it's roughly equivalent to damage. It's not exactly the same. It's slightly modified based on attack speed, but it's roughly equivalent. So this multiplier really represents how many cool things did you do to get to that attack. Anyway, as you can tell, long-range projectiles were pretty much what got me every time. Which is not too surprising because, if I recall, oops, wrong character. My sword has negative pierce resistance, meaning pierce damage, I actually get bonus pierce damage upon myself. So if someone attacks a projectile weapon, they're doing a little bit extra damage. And just like humans do, bots will start adapting their builds to counter you. So they're probably figuring out that their pierce weapons are doing a little bit extra damage, and so they're saying, oh, let's go focus on pierce damage to defeat me. Alright, let's go take a few clicks of the voxel shop. So we said we want to build, well, we want to max out our increased damage at full health. So what modifiers do we have right now? Because what might end up happening is I'm going to look through the shop and pretty much look for things to buy, not to actually use, but to strip out modifiers we want to keep. So the other day we discussed doing combo damage. Combo damage is just like other fighting games. If you hit an enemy a bunch of times in a row, you get bonus points or bonus damage. In this case, it's bonus damage. So combo damage is one way, especially since I'm a shield guy. There's a very good chance I'm going to live a long time. Plus, the whole game is geared towards trying to live as long as possible. So I might do combo damage plus damage multiplier full health. As I said, I think the max is 50%. So actually, this and this together will get me 55. It'll be capped at 50, which is good. I could free up potentially a slot. If you recall, one of my body parts are dedicated to lifesteal, and I do have a lifesteal modifier. Actually, I have several combo damage. So I think that and that. Alright, so I think actually right now, if I got a white sword, I could combine the two combo damages, and I think that'll max out. I don't remember what the max combo damage. It might be plus 100. So we combine these two. We could add lifesteal, and we do combine these two to get the plus 50. And right there, that essentially is now we'll have to look at what cons we get. As I said earlier, all items get auto balanced. Now, actually, you could extract your own negative modifiers, but if you choose, so you get to choose what your cons are. But otherwise, if you just choose positive modifiers, it will randomly pick a con for you. So we're gonna see what we get, since I've clearly not extracted any negative modifiers. But it looks like we're actually surprisingly close here. Really, I kind of need a white sword to experiment with this. So let's go play the shuffle game. So as I described the other day, our shop is a little different. It's not like every week, every day that the shop shuffles. If you have an item you can't buy, you can just leave it there and it will just stay there forever. The downside is the price slowly increases over time. So you can tell some of these items have been sitting here for a long time, just because I usually play on dev account when I'm developing. I'm not playing on production account. So this thing's probably been here for months and slowly gaining price. So this is kind of nice, is that you can, that is nice. That is very nice. I may want to rip that out. And it's very cheap. I'm totally buying that. Anyway, long story short, what I was saying is that you can leave items in the shop forever, and that will allow you to eventually buy them later on. In this case, it's just I've had these things sitting here for months, so the price has gotten totally crazy. Otherwise, you can just shuffle them whenever you wish. Now, I've maxed out my inventory space, so I can't buy a sword even if I found one. Let's go find... let me first check out what's on this body. Oh, yeah, so that's that. Which actually... we don't need to use this body anymore because we're about to put it on our future sword. Ooh, there's so many possibilities. I can start moving stuff all over the place. You might be wondering why I haven't looked at the lower arms. Lower arms are dedicated to traits. Traits are like MOBA style 1, 2, 3, 4 abilities. Right now, I'm not worrying about collecting traits. So, let's see here. it is nice to like kind of combine items or combine modifiers together in the same item so that you can treat it as one piece of a build, which then you can even transport to other avatars. So what I'm kind of imagining is I'm going to make this like ultra damage sword, and since it's going to be really based on having full health all the time to get the bonus damage, uh, coupling lifesteal with the max damage would be great. But I'm really running out of space. Well, know it. I'm amused by this crossbow, but I'm totally going to ditch it. Alright. Let's go to the voxel shop. Let's go find ourselves a one-hand sword. Unfortunately, it needs to be a white one-hand sword. Though this is actually not bad, plus 21. You'd have to get 21 kills to start getting plus 21 damage, but it's actually pretty good. That used to be one of my favorite modifiers back in the day. It kind of sucks. Is what you know what's going to happen is I'm going to find an item I want, and I don't have the inventory space. You might be wondering what's the difference between just sit here in the store and earning items through the end of the match. The key difference is these are completely random. Like, you have no clue what you're going to get. Perfect. We got a one-hand sword here. Whereas the items you earn in a match, the more items you earn, the more the game tries to pick items it thinks you want. So you're very incentivized to earn as many items as possible in a match, because each one's going to be more and more geared towards your existing builds. It also reinforces that you should be building towards something. So like I have, obviously my character has lifesteal and a bunch of bonus damage on at max health and stuff like that. And so the game will recognize that and start giving you loot with those same modifiers. Alright. Also, the quality is these are completely random quality, whereas stuff in the end of a match is typically higher quality. Alright, let's start experimenting. So I've chosen my white sword here, and I'm going to start stacking things. So I said I wanted to put life steal. Okay, negative 20% push resistance is okay. So push resistance is how far and how long you get knocked down when someone pushes you. Since I am a very nimble avatar, it's very unlikely that someone's going to push me. It'd be very hard to time. Hopefully I won't regret that. But then we're going to throw on this. Let's see what the magnifier. Okay, so even more push resistance. Actually, funnily enough, the game counterbalanced, because this is actually too far negative. It's worth more than these two, so it added actually another positive, but just a little bit. Stun on enemy block resistance, meaning that when I get blocked, it's not as punishing. Okay, that's excellent. All right, let's max it out. Excellent, maxed it out, 50%, damage multiplied full health, and life steal. That's good. Let's push this to the limit. We said, because the other day we mentioned that 50% damage multiplier with 40, that's only going to add 20 damage. So that's all puts me at max of 60 damage. So that's not enough for me to alpha strike. So yesterday's goal was to make it an alpha strike sword and board or alpha strike two-hand sword build. We started accumulating this modifier, but this is not going to do it. So we need to find other sources of damage. So we talked about combo and we talked about flanking. Since my character is super fast, flanking actually be very viable. And also flanking, I believe, has a higher maximum multiplier. I think it goes as high as plus 100%, meaning it would double your damage. So that would work. But I don't have any flanking with me right now. So we're just going to go with combo. Okay, so it's trying to counterbalance, and now it's removing hit points. I'm actually okay with losing hit points as long as I have plenty of life steal. Unfortunately, this does make me more vulnerable for me to be Alpha Strike. Let's pile on more combo. Alright, so plus 60% combos damage multiplier. But this just means I get my combo meter higher faster. And I actually got a little bit of knockback distance, which is not going to be a big deal. It's not going to hurt or help too much. It's not a lot. Plus my 50% multiplier, and all for 17 hit points. I'm a little nervous being a meleeer with minus 17 hit points, but as I said, as long as I have plenty of melee lifesteal, and I'm super fast, so I end up dodging a lot of attacks. Out of curiosity, let's just go bonkers. What happens if I add hack? Only remove 2 more hit points, but now I have resistance to the swords that are gonna likely hit me. Let's go crazy here. I wanted to see what happens if I put like movement speed on here. Combine all my favorite modifiers on one. That. Oh god, this is awesome. All right, 50% full health, plus 5% at low health, which, well, I'm going to be at low health real quick. 20% hack resistance, so it's less damage when someone does hit me with a sword. I have my lifesteal combo and my move speed. What this essentially does is I've built almost my entire build in one item, which gives me complete flexibility for shuffling the other items around, which is really nice. This is exciting. Yeah, pretty much all the existing items, I can toss them now. Because this does everything. Yeah, this almost makes me bankrupt, which is hilarious, but that's a-okay. Let's do this. Yeah. The funny thing is I did another gamble like this the other day with a bow for the first time, and I essentially made the ultimate glass cannon bow. So I'm kind of making the ultimate glass cannon sword. Alright, let's equip this sucker and try it. This is exciting. We're going to keep that. See, this is not even necessary anymore. Like, I can now just equip this and get more lifesteal. This is not necessary. I can just do more combo. Stop. Play one more. It's been just about 30 minutes, so we're going to just play one more match with our fabulous item. So we're going to equip our super awesome sword. Let's see here, with our shield. Is there any alternate shields? Nope, don't think so. Alright, let's do our one match. Plus it's the final match of the campaign. Man, my hit points are terabad. 67 down. And plus opponent block stun multiplier is very high. So it's gonna suck when someone blocks me. Every once in a while we have these waves of slowness on our server, which kind of sucks. I have no clue why. Oh man, we're almost maxed out combo damage multiplier. That's awesome. Excellent. Alright, final match. It's base Blitz. It's only a 5-minute match. Let's do this. So base Blitz is kind of like capture the flag, except every single character is a flag. You just rush towards enemy base and you get a pile of points. Very simple. You also get points for attacking people, which I am very biased towards. It's just good fun. Y'all gonna block me? I want to hit you. See this damage. There you go. Yeah. Now remember, I'm not at my peak damage here because I have to get some combo going. So I'm already up to 25. Typically, one-hand swords don't get combo very fast. He's going for the base. He's going for the base. And he's super fast. So the bots are actually going for speed builds because they're trying to go for the base. That's why it's actually kind of good to fight them near their base if they want to defend. See, I'm already up to 61% combo, which is awesome. See, I'm holding them up here. Ooh. I need to start hitting people to get my health back. This is why shields rock. I really need some multi-hit so I can hit all these guys with one swing. Oh, I died. But unfortunately, I've lost all my combo multiplier there. Man, they're swarming. Oh man, I'm not tanky anymore. Yeah, that was awesome. Oh, don't go in, don't go in. Get out of here. Smack, smack. Pushing is also good at disrupting people from rushing into your base. Even with my crazy fast build. There, see? Pushed them down, and then I hit them on down while they're down. Oh, you silly bots. Getting stuck. Man, I get combos so fast. Well, I'm up to like 2-shot kills for the full guys. So the guys that are labeled as fodder, they're purposely super weak. So don't count those as me getting alphas. Hello. I almost took a crossbow to the face. See, that's a time where having multi-strike would have been awesome. I could have gotten triple kill right there. In one swing. Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, I'm just getting stuck in a pillar like a dope. Oh. So, the pew guns, the pistols, are actually kind of like Star Wars blasters. They bounce off enemies' swords and shields. Oh man, I'm totally surrounded. Oh god, get out. Oh, I was up to, I think I was to the point where I was alpha striking people. I don't know what my combo was like. I would have to review the video, but I bet it was over 100. Hold the line, boys. Tripped and fell over. How embarrassing. Do not look at that base. You don't want to go in there. God, there's so many guys. Yeah, I'm a little fragile. Especially the projectiles. Yeah, and I died to a projectile shot. Yeah, you fall off. Don't let him in. Excellent. Well, that was pretty darn fun. Let's see here. Kill the 7.7. Or 7.7 damage ratio. That's pretty powerful. It takes a little bit of ramping up the combo, but worth it. Oh, it's the end of a campaign. So, all sorts of fun things. So we get a whole bunch of loot. this is very unappealing. As a melee, you frequently fight against people with swords, so having negative 85 is pretty much, to me, an instant throwaway. It has a trait after move 5 seconds, 25 knockdown thresholds applied, meaning it makes it easier for you to knock people down. That would be even more useful on two-hand sword. I think I'm just going to sell it to get the voxels. I don't see anything that's particularly exciting on it. This gives me more inventory space, which I dearly need. That actually is a very nice crossbow with extra max damage. Extra max damage is typically very expensive. Vanilla head. I think I already have one, so I can always buy another one in the shop. Two-hand sword. Another, it's sword with negative hack resistance, so this makes it automatically not very appealing. So I'm just going to sell it. And since I'm playing with all these melee builds, having again negative hack resistance is not appealing. I could potentially use this on a ranged character, so I'll keep that. Now, since we won the campaign, we get to claim our campaign rewards. And so I won a voxel chest, some number of voxels, and a modifier with 90% pierce resistance. Awesome. So let's go unlock these items. And also we can see that the campaign I've got it all conquered. So let's unlock our 10,000 voxels. Yeah! Make up for all the voxels I've spent. And let's unlock the inventory slot. So now 36. Awesome. Well, that was a good run. Finished the campaign and got a super awesome sword. And we have all the freedom in the world for future manipulation of our future pieces here. Let's take a look at the new campaign. And then I'm going to call it quits for the night. Such a shame. Do not know why it occasionally is slow. Alright, let's go look at this new campaign. Ooh. Very interesting map. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 factions. They all have all sorts of goodies they want to give me. So the idea is you have to choose your faction, and if you win it for them, then they give you those goodies. So like 2 inventory slots actually is very appealing. Besides that, 2 spears. I'm not really focusing on spear build, so not too worried about that. Also offering 2 inventory slots. Not too exciting there. This is arguably even better. 2 inventory slots, some number of voxels we don't know. 2 modifiers, and 1 inventory slot. So they're offering more stuff, but less inventory slots. Which this type of stuff you can pretty much get anywhere. Armor is actually pretty nice. I've already got my movement speed. This would have been super useful, but I've already gotten it. That's actually really nice. And lastly, if I was doing critical damage, that would be awesome. All right, cool. So we will start this, and we'll choose our faction next time. All right, I'm gonna call it quits. Have a good night, everyone. If you are interested in Forging Glory, go to forgingglory.com, sign up for the beta, and we will invite you when we need more testers. Thank you very much.